Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. I've got a very special guest on the channel today, Arielle Phoenix. She's a blogger, writer, mum, affiliate marketer. She has done everything and she's also a guest panelist at the Affiliate Gathering. So welcome to the channel, Arielle Phoenix.
Hey Carl, thanks for having me.
Hey Arielle, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Fantastic. Yeah, really good, thanks. Just getting over the flu, man flu. It's the worst thing ever, but hey, I'll get over it, I'm sure. So, for those people who don't know who you are, please just do a short introduction, let everybody know who you are.
My name is Arielle Phoenix. I'm a blogger, author, mother. I'm on YouTube now, so YouTuber in this niche site space and hoping to grow some businesses and meet as many people as I can and help as many people as I can.
Yeah, I mean, I love your YouTube channel. I've been binge watching all the content from, way back when you've done cryptocurrency, you've done all kinds of affiliate marketing. So I definitely think you are classed as an affiliate marketer, not just a blogger. I never know what to call myself, and I hate saying I'm an affiliate marketer. It sounds really shady, but I think you're like me. You have tried a lot of things, but primarily you're a writer, you're an author.
Yeah, that's the underlying thing that I am.
I mean, when I read your website, when I looked at your About page, which, by the way, is fantastic, and I will leave a link to both your YouTube channel and your blog in the description below, because your About page is fantastic. It is pretty much a book. It's like your autobiography. I definitely
Yeah.
need to write an About page like that. And I noticed a load of similarities in there between you and I, sort of entrepreneurial and things we used to do when we were younger to try and make a bit of money.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about the writing then. So, an author. So, what type of writing do you do?
I do everything. So I started with children's books, so children's those short stories for children and had them translated into different languages. So languages that most people weren't translating in. And I had seen quite a bit of success from that. So I'd done more of that. And then I started doing the no content stuff and writing under different pen names. So I've been everything that can be self-published, I've self-published.
So, is self publishing? Is that Amazon? Is it Kindle? What platform
Yeah,
is
it's
it?
on. Yeah, so you go through Amazon and then you get picked up by expanded distributors. So they can go in libraries, bookshops, everywhere. So Amazon KDP, basically.
Right, and you still do that at the moment as well as your
Yeah,
blogs.
yeah.
Is that primarily one of your biggest income sources? Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So self-publishing is the bottom line for me with my online income.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that you did writing books, my first thought, and I always think this whenever I hear somebody's a writer, is, oh my goodness, how many posts could she publish a day or a week?
Yeah.
So has that helped you actually with the blogs then, your actual websites, your affiliate niche websites? Has that really helped you actually write the content,
Yeah,
or do you
yeah.
outsource, or do you write it all yourself?
It's helped a lot. It helped a lot when I first started because I was writing everything myself. And then it helped when I was outsourcing because I could hire a bit cheaper. I could hire lower cost writers and then, of course, go through, edit it myself. And it didn't take too long. So, yeah, it's helped a lot. It's helped a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And with your websites then, so is it a particular type of niche you go in, or are you quite random with your websites? Kind of how do you pick a website? And obviously, don't want you to reveal your websites, but
Yeah.
how do you kind of pick a niche? What topics you write? Is it things you know about, or is it just very random things?
Let me think. I've got 7 niche sites. And if I think about it, 3 of them are things I'm truly interested in, and the rest of them I just saw an opportunity. So
Mhm.
yeah, so I'd say I think now going forwards, I would definitely choose things that I like or that I'm at least a bit interested in. Because it then gets you then have to outsource everything because you're not interested after a while. But yeah, three out of 7 are interests of mine, and
Yeah, I mean,
they're doing the best, I think.
yeah, I mean, I did think that, as a writer, obviously you're capable of writing about anything, but it still becomes a little bit boring sometimes when you're writing about stuff that you're not interested in, or you've got no
Yeah,
real passion for it. Unless you're making serious money. If it's a case of,
yeah,
wait a minute, I might be bored for 2 hours writing a blog post, but it's going to earn me X amount each week, then you're
yeah,
still going to write it, yeah. But yeah, definitely if you're passionate about something or you've got more knowledge or experience in it, yeah, it really does help. Going back to your about page, I noticed on there a few things that I wanted to point out there. So you obviously mentioned your children, so you're a mum.
Mm.
Yeah. You mentioned about building this business for them, really, something that they can look back on. And your YouTube channel, you said in there as well that you're creating and documenting your journey. So you can look back on it and they can see, what their mum's done and
Yeah.
their business she's grown. How important is that for you? Is it a freedom thing? Is it a financial thing for your family? Is it creating a business like this going to give you more time? What's kind of the purpose of building an online business?
This is everything that you said. And going back to the point about the children, I think about in 100 years' time, we're not going to be here. So I don't know how long YouTube's going to be around for, but I think about my ancestors and great grandparents and whatnot. And how amazing would it be to be able to read or watch them in their prime, just building and doing all the things that they done before you, that led to you being here now. So I kind of think about all of us, we have stories that we want to tell. We have, like you said about my about page, I've done so many things and they're going to be really useful to my children when they get older and as they're going through things. So I feel like that's the main reason for documenting, to see what's gone into everything that I build in the future. And then also, yeah, the freedom it gives you. And I'm not been financially free, but I've been free of, being in one specific location, or, I've done that for quite a while now. And after having children, that just became even more, like, that became the biggest goal, to be free, to be able to be with them. I homeschool, so to continue to homeschool and not have the stress of finances and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's this freedom for all of us. It's freedom for my husband, so we can travel and, just do all of those things.
Is that something that you'd like to do, kind of travel and do this business while you're
Yeah,
traveling? A
definitely.
digital nomad, as it's called.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. I think I want to give them just all those different experiences. I thought about living in Kenya for 3 months or 6 months and then going over to Thailand and being able to do that. Not that might not necessarily happen, but the ability to do that would be amazing, and not have to just take the 2 weeks of holiday, 2 or 4 weeks or whatever people usually take.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice to hear you talk about that it's something that your family and your children can look back on. I kind of never thought of it in that way, because me documenting my journey on YouTube, I'm kind of always hiding it from friends and family. But
Uh,
it probably is, yeah, when I'm not here, they will be able to look back on it and you'll be able to
yeah.
see kind of what you've done. It's like a Wayback Machine. We look at archived websites and you
Yeah,
go back
yeah.
and you have a look at what a website looked like in 20 years ago.
Completely different. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've just bought an age domain, I'm doing an age domain case study, and I look back on what that was like 14 years ago, and it's like, oh my gosh,
Completely
did that
different.
website actually exist looking like that?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so it is good to look back and document your journey. And we talked off camera, and you were saying the same thing, that kind of YouTube for you is a way of just documenting what you're doing. You kind
Yeah,
of in the same boat as me. We're not here preach and say you need to do this, you need to buy that. It's kind of, listen, this is what we do as full-time bloggers and affiliate marketers, and
yeah.
sharing it with everybody. And that seems to be kind of the path that you're going down, which I think is a really good route to go down. I mean, looking at your website, so I see that. How old's the website, your blog, so ariellephoenix.com? How old's that?
That's probably about 5 or 6 months old. That's quite new. That one's
Yeah.
fairly new. But I like it. I like writing on that. I do use Jasper on the websites, the 4 out of 7, when I do write for those ones, the ones I'm not as interested in. But when I'm writing on ariellephoenix.com and all the others, because I enjoy it, it's quick to just write. There's no real structure. I can just write with my own voice.
So there's a bit of a question and a conundrum in it. You're a professional writer, full time author, but you're using AI Jarvis, or Jasper as it's now called.
Yeah.
Can you see the kind of the irony, or do you think that's a conflict of interest?
I don't know. I don't, because I love Jasper. I really do, and it's always interesting when people say, "Oh, AI is this or AI is that." But again, as a creative person, it's a tool to help you. It's a tool in the same way that Grammarly is. And there's so many things that technically use AI. If they're used properly, then they just help. If they're not used properly, then that's the same as anything else. But I don't think it's a contradiction or any sort of negative thing. I think it's a tool. It helps you plan out your writing, your content. It helps you hit when you go back and you just need to do some FAQ questions. You can just go back in, and then Jasper will help you out with those. Just small things. But I definitely wouldn't use it to just write the whole thing or recommend anybody does that, because then it doesn't have your voice. It doesn't translate well.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to hear that. I think, like I say, I think you are the first, I'd say, professional writer that I've ever spoke to that actually has used it as well. So there tends to be, you're either a professional writer and you hate it, or you're 100% AI fan. So it's really good to have a bit of a balance and hear that from somebody as experienced as you at writing, and particularly being an author. So I also looked from your about page on your website, and I think you're a big Gary Vee fan, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%.
100%. Have you ever met him? Have you been to any of his?
No, I haven't. He's been. I'm not in London anymore, but he had been to London, and it was after I didn't realize. Like, so I say I'm a big fan, but if I were, then I'd know he's coming to London. But no, I do hope to see him at some point.
Yeah, I missed it. I saw it. I think tickets sold out in 45 minutes, and there were a huge sum of money. I think it was like $500 or $700 for like a really basic ticket to go see him. So I've watched his documentary as well. There's a Netflix documentary about him as well. That's really interesting if you're not seeing that. But yeah, I'm a big fan of him. I just love anybody with a positivity. Anybody. They always say, you should hang around and be with people who encourage you and have a really positive outset. And I don't think I've ever seen him ever say to somebody, "No, you can't do that."
Not to, exactly. Yeah.
Anybody, people who are saying that all the time, you probably should not be around them. I was in my corporate job when I was telling everybody I was doing this, they all thought I was crazy. They were like, "You're going to give up your salary and do blogging and write about rabbits? So you must be mad." And then it's only when you see a little bit of success where they suddenly go, "Oh, actually, tell me about writing the rabbits. What's that?"
But I was gonna say, when you put it that way, I can see why they. But once they see the results, then it all changes.
Kind of, what is your target? Do you have a target, or is it a case of just growing all my blogs as big as I can?
No, I used to have a target. I mentioned that as well. I used to have. I don't think I've ever had a figure, but the financial freedom element is just to be free of money worries or anything like that. So to be able to do the things that I need to do for my children, for my family, that's the main thing. But like I said to you before, I'm enjoying this whole thing. So that's the benefit, because if you weren't enjoying it and you're just doing it chasing the money, then you can't do that for much longer, or for too long without burning out. But while I'm enjoying it and not burning out financially, no, there's no number. I see it can go as high as you need it to. I've seen people making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and that concept before, it wasn't there for me. So as you see people and you meet more people that are actually doing it, your limit, or what you initially thought was possible, just keeps going higher and higher. So there's no number.
There's kind of, I mean, when you've got kind of no expectations of what it can earn, anything is good. You're just thinking, I just want to earn something. And then you kind of mix and mingle with people who are earning certain amounts. I'm still blown away by some people I speak to, I have a friend who is earning over 100,000 a month.
Yeah.
And, it's just it's like, what do you do with all that? What do you do with that money? You buy a house every day, but like I said, I've got friends that were earning $50 a month from it, so. But there is a point that you do have to. I mean, you're lucky because you don't have a external job. You don't have a 9-to-5 that you're wanting to quit,
and
you need to earn X amount of money.
FU money, they call it.
Yeah. I mean, I was at the point where I had to hit a certain amount every month consistently for 6 months
to
before kind
walk
of my
away.
wife and even my boss would say, we're not gonna, even entertain you quitting your job or going full time
Yeah,
until you hit that certain amount. And then I always say now when I look back and I think even that amount was risky.
yeah,
I should have almost doubled that amount. I should have said,
yeah, of course,
let's say it was 2,000 I needed to hit every month. Yeah, I should have actually looked and said I need to get 4,000 because
of course.
it's such
In
a
case,
roller coaster ride. Your website can go down, your YouTube channel could get
yeah,
closed down, whatever that may be. So I think
yeah,
there is a financial number that a lot of people are kind of aiming for if they want to become full time.
yeah, yeah.
But
To
it's
leave
nice in
work,
your situation where it's kind of just every month, if it goes up a little bit, it's just extra.
I'm good. Yeah, yeah, pretty
Exactly.
much.
And that's it with this business as well, isn't it? You can work as hard or as little as you want. So
Yeah,
the harder you work, the more you earn usually. And this is the kind of business that rewards that, and that's what I love about it.
yeah. I love that as well because it's like I call it front loading. So because you said it's not completely passive,
Hmm.
but it doesn't need to be. You do a lot of work up front and you reap the benefits for months and years to come. So I
Yeah.
think that's a good trade off. Yeah, you
Uh,
said as well about your what your was it Monty Python?
mm.
Your and you still get some things now and then.
I still get some from that, yeah. And I think I get a lot of sales from that from. I've got a Facebook Monty Python Facebook group, which I
Okay.
haven't even logged into for over 2 years. And I created a
Wow.
little Facebook shop on there, and I just basically
Yeah.
put like 50 items on there, mugs and
Wow.
t-shirts, and I still get clicks from that because that group is it's kind of self
It's
growing.
still growing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's going up, and yeah, I make the odd commission from that, so
Yeah. Wow. That's
it's
crazy.
incredible. So, what kind of is the future for you then? What are you looking to focus on this year? Has anything changed from last year, or is it still the same game plan this year?
Thinking about it, I think yeah, last year it was I follow is it Yays?
Yep,
Yays?
and
Yeah, I
yep,
follow that. So yeah, so seeing her doing exactly what's happening in my mind with the shiny object syndrome and actually being really successful with it. My whole plan was to just have a bunch of sites and put consistent content on all of them. And it is definitely hard to do unless you have the finances, the team, everything in place to do it. So this year, as you know, I'm doing a case study. So I've zeroed in on one specific site and trying to build that out as big as I can, and hopefully get that to a valuation of 100,000 to be able to, sell it for 100,000 at the very least. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but that's the plan. Focus on that, build that out, and then sell that, and then put that back into one of the ones that is also growing, but that I'm more interested in.
yeah. I mean, selling a site it's one of the best things ever. Being in this industry because it does give you so much freedom. So,
Yeah,
100% focus on growing that one site, sell it, put that money in the bank, and you have so much freedom then to
yeah,
play around with things. You can test
yeah,
more on your websites. You can try different content. You try all sorts when you've got that little bit of extra cash in the
yeah,
bank. So,
yeah,
100% focus on that one site, get it to a point where you want it to be, and sell it. There's never a right time to sell a website. It's just a case
yeah,
of you have to one day get up and go, do you know what? It's time to sell it and get that cash
yeah,
in the bank. I always
yeah,
remember one of my first ever bosses always said to me, it's not profit till it's in the bank. And he's right.
yeah. No,
I could say my websites are worth $200,000, but if it's not in the bank,
until
it's
someone
just
buys it.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just you're plucking figures out of the air because it's what somebody's willing to pay for it. So yeah, personal experience doing exactly what you're doing. Yeah, I would 100% say get a website built, get it sold, get the money in the bank, and then you can, like say, look at your options then. And having cash in the
yeah.
bank gives you a lot of options.
So
So
yeah, that I'd be focusing on getting it. Well, hopefully getting it to at least that being the focus, even if it only sells for 70 or
mhm.
the whole thing is building it and focusing on building it to 100K valuation. So if I'm short of that a bit, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, you say only selling it for 70,000.
Yeah, I know, I know. See, that's what I'm saying. When I first got into this, it was my viewpoint was just so different to what it is now. But that's because you've seen it, and as they say, seeing is believing. And you've seen it, and
Mhm.
you're following the system. Then hopefully, you should be able to replicate and keep going. So
Yeah, I mean, and at the minute it's a seller's market at the moment. I've been pricing websites up for a friend of mine who wants to get into it, and it's just ridiculous how expensive it is to buy a website. I
yeah,
think building it and selling it is 100% the most profitable method at the moment, unless you
yeah,
buy in at the right time on the right website that's just about to rocket ship up in traffic,
yeah.
which is very, very rare. But yeah, building them and selling them is definitely one of the most profitable ways to do it at the moment.
Why do you think that the multiples have gone up so much?
I think because, well, personally, I think it's because a lot of people are wanting to get out of bricks and mortar businesses. Rent,
Okay.
rates, gas, electric, staff,
Mm,
insurance. It just costs you so much. I mean, I've owned multiple bricks and mortar businesses. One was quite a large business, and the overheads were ridiculous.
yeah,
You had to take, for one of the businesses I had, and we're talking 20 years ago now, I had to earn about 5 or 6 thousand a week to open the
yeah.
doors. And it's
Wow.
just crazy. The pressure every day to get up and think, I've got to take that much before I even can think about taking a salary. And I
Yeah,
think a lot of people are thinking the same now. They want to shift from that financial constraints of having a bricks and mortar shop to actually having an online business. And I
yeah,
think also you've got such a wider audience now with an online business than you have footfall on a shop. You know, if
yeah,
you're in a town centre, you might only have X amount of people walk past that door every day, and pretty much it's the same. It's very rarely
yeah,
goes up or down. But with a website, it's unlimited. You know,
yeah.
the
It's true.
traffic numbers could be, however big you want them to be. So I think that's why
Mm,
people are going online, and I think that demand has created prices to go up. It's like everything. It's
yeah,
like like the current crisis with fuel and stuff. When there's a demand for it, price is
yeah,
going to go up.
yeah.
So, and I can't see it actually slowing down anytime soon. So, you're also going to be on the Q&A panel at the affiliate gathering. Are you looking
Yeah,
forward to it?
yeah, definitely, definitely. I was quite surprised, because me and my sister were already coming, as I said. So yeah, so I was quite surprised because I just thought, wow, I just thought, wow, I'm honored to be on
Well,
the panel.
I think you'll be a really good addition to it. I mean, being a professional writer, doing publishing Kindle books and all your books and actual children's books, I think there'll be
Yeah,
so many questions about writing because I know, like I say, as soon as I heard you as a professional writer, the cogs went turning in my head. I was like, oh my gosh, she could write this, she could do that, she could do this. So
yeah,
you'll have so many questions about that. And I think just generally, like I say, you are an all-round affiliate marketer. You have tried a lot of things and your experience, you've not been on YouTube that long, but I know you've been
yeah,
doing, since you were 16 on your BlackBerry selling,
yeah. Or
selling.
way before then, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And it shows from your blogs the experience that you've had and all the, I hate using the word hustle, but
Yeah,
all the hustles you've been doing to try and make ends meet, and it's led you to
yeah.
where you are now. I think it's a fascinating story, and I think
Exactly.
a lot of people will have a lot of questions for you when you're on the panel. So I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. It's going to
Yeah,
be good to see you. I know you're coming up with your sister.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and your sister's into it as well. She likes affiliate
Yeah,
marketing. Yeah,
yeah.
my,
We're pretty much the same person. Honestly, we're the same person.
at least you got somebody to fire ideas and bounce and share
Yeah,
stuff with. Yeah, I mean that's really good. My son's just getting into it now, and it's so nice to be able to pick up the phone and say, have you checked
talk
this or
to
have you
him.
done that? And it's really good to have somebody you can talk to. And
Yeah,
that's the whole reason for having the affiliate marketing event is to actually get people to
network.
meet more contacts so they have that support system. Because
Yeah,
if you are trying to do this full time or just build a successful blog, you will need somebody to talk to. You
yeah,
you
definitely.
you really will. It's a very lonely place, isn't it? When especially
Yeah,
when things aren't going right, and you've got the backlash from certain family members because it's not going right, and you get all that. I told you so.
yeah,
Um, it's good to have somebody to bounce ideas off and stuff, and a shoulder to cry on sometimes. So,
yeah.
yeah. So I mean, anybody coming to the affiliate gathering, yeah. I mean, come say hi to both me and Arielle. It's a great chance for you to meet new contacts and hopefully learn something, but more or less just have fun and meet new people. So, Arielle, it's been lovely having you on the channel. I really appreciate you spending this evening with me and having a chat. It's been lovely. Like I said, we'll meet you there in person Friday the 20th of May this year at York. If you want the tickets, the affiliate gathering link is in the description. I hope you can make it. If you can't make it in person, you can do a digital ticket, which is a live streaming ticket. There are workshops going on. There's all sorts of different events, not just the speakers, and you will get to see it if you purchase a digital ticket. You'll get a downloadable copy after the event, and you'll be able to watch everything back. So don't worry, you don't have to stay there glued to your screen for 5 hours. You will get a full edited copy of it after the event. So Arielle, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on Friday the 20th of May.
Thanks for having me, and yeah, see you then.